Tracy coming to you live from Golden Dog Adventure Company headquarters. I hope you're having a great day. I am here with Helen St. Pierre, who is our March featured expert, and she is the owner of No Monkey Business Dog Training and Old Dogs Go to Helen. How are you, Helen?
I'm good. I'm good. And I'm not in my home. I should say I don't usually just sit with this giant wooden thing. It looks like the Titanic thing that he was like tried to save her on. I'm in Florida for a conference, but I did not want to miss this. So I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
And I'm grateful. And I know you'll be joining us tonight at
Yeah.
7 p.m. for our pop-up talk, which we'll get into here in a few minutes. But just to give everyone who is watching live or on the replay just an idea of what we're doing here. So this is something new we're doing in 2025, where we are giving a preview of what is coming up for March with our featured expert. And we're doing it in video form because we find that's a little bit easier for everybody to take the time to watch. It's easy to multitask while you're watching, although we'd rather have your full attention, but whatever works for you. And it's also a chance for our featured experts and our partners to talk to you a little bit more about what they do, and for you to be able to ask questions as well. So we've got a jam-packed month coming up, and we are focused on senior dogs, which I love. That is Helen's wheelhouse for sure. I like to call her the senior dog expert. So we're going to talk about the events that we are hosting with her coming up this month. And then we're going to give you a preview of a new book coming out.
Yay.
She is an author. Congratulations, Helen. That is a big deal.
Yeah, I still don't believe it, really. But yes, we will talk about the book.
Okay, awesome. All right. So as I mentioned, the first event we have coming up is our pop-up talk with Helen. That is this evening at 7 p.m. We'd love to have you join us. It is called Navigating the Golden Years, Essential Care for Senior Dogs. Do you want to give us a sense of what you'll be talking about, Helen?
Yeah, as you mentioned, senior dogs tend to be a very strong passion of mine. And I think it's unfortunately one of the most under discussed and under, talked about aspects of our lives with dogs until we have a hard time being proactive about seniorhood until we really need to be reacting to it. So the goal of my work with the public and my effort with senior dog education is just to sort of say, we can start thinking and prepping and planning for what seniorhood will look like and how to ease any anxiety or stress that comes to both humans and dogs as they enter those final phases of their life, by knowing what to do now and being proactive about it in the same way that we plan for when we're bringing our puppy home. Some people will take months of planning for the puppy, but we don't really do a lot of planning or education on senior dogs. So I'm going to be talking about environment. I'm going to be talking about considerations for any kinds of diseases or trajectories of diseases if dogs, as they age, maybe are, afflicted by those. And then talking about, of course, the things that we want to be making sure we're measuring when it comes to quality of life. And as we get into those end periods, which we don't like talking about, but it's absolutely necessary to, making sure that we're staying true to honoring and giving them as much dignity as we can.
Yes, and I love that. And I'm sure you will share with us kind of your methodology around when it's time. I know you've got some key things that you like people to take a look at when it's time to decide. That was very helpful to me when we were deciding when it was time for Dakota to pass. So just all the education that you've given over the years, and you've been a partner for a number of years, has just been so helpful. And I know that you're always on the leading edge of senior dog science and what other people are talking about and trying to help senior dog pet guardians as much as you can. So I'm really looking forward to tonight. So that's going to be 7 o'clock in our Zoom room, and you can find that information on our calendar at goldendognh.com. And so then following up with that, a couple weeks later, let's see, we have got on March 15th, our official club adventure, which is Senior Dogs Enrichment and Storytime Social. I love this.
Me too.
So, and if people remember, if you joined us last fall, we did have a Senior Dog Social. It was a version of what we are bringing to you on March 15th, where it was for senior dogs ages 8 and up. And we were at Helen's facility in Concord. So we had access to the outdoors and the indoors, and obviously, depending on the weather, we can be all indoors if needed. And I'll let Helen talk a little bit about the social aspect and the physical aspect, and then I'll let you know some new things that we're adding to this version this year.
Yeah, it was so much fun last year because, I feel like a lot of senior dogs do get left behind, especially if we do what we talk about in the book, which is we get another dog and we start to do all these activities. And what was so great about last year and what I want to do this year is it gives us an opportunity to have some fun with our senior dogs while keeping in consideration that some of the things that they may not be able to do as well as they did when they were 3 or 5 or even 7 years old, and they might have some more issues with some arthritis, but it doesn't mean that we can't have some fun and really play with them. And also finding other ways to offer them enrichment through things like some nose work and even some social time with senior dogs. I love giving senior dogs that like being around other dogs, the opportunity to socialize with other senior dogs, rather than being around a bunch of sometimes younger dogs that feels too much for them. So lots of fun with just having some fun with your senior, doing some activities, learning some things that you can be doing for them, and maybe letting them have a little playtime, which is kind of like watching whales swimming because they're just a little bit slower than they were before, but they still have a blast.
Yes, they do, and they did last year as well. And I assume, are we going to have people bring a special item from their home to share with the other dogs?
Yes, we can absolutely do that. That was really fun to
That was.
just add novel smells in, and it's something I talk about a lot. Is like, even if your dog can't go on a long walk, you can bring things back for your dog to smell. So yes, bringing novel things from home that might smell good, but if you bring cat poop or horse poop, you have to take it home with you. I don't want to keep that
You
there.
don't want to keep that? I don't understand.
Exactly. No, I'm not bringing any more of that home. You have to bring that with you.
Well, I know you'll bring some good things from your farm, so that'll be
Yeah.
nice. Well, and also what we're adding to it as well is a story time component because we want you to come and we want to hear the stories of your dog. I'm sure you've had lots of adventures over the years. I know with Dakota, I had 15 and a half years of it. So I have all kinds of stories. And then we're also going to do a little DIY keepsake where you're going to be able to capture your dog's paw in a little paw print kit that we have for you that you can take home. So it's just all about seniors. It's about learning and sharing and socializing. It's going to be a fantastic event. And every time Helen and I do this, it gets a little bit different. We add a few more components to make it as extra special as we can. And that's obviously all based on your feedback. So we appreciate that. So looking forward to that. And then we've got 2 more opportunities with Helen this month. We've got the Reactive Dog Support Group, which is on March 13th. And if that's not something you've heard of before, it is, let's see, this is year 3, I believe, that we're going into with the Reactive Dog Support Group. It is held in our Zoom room, and it's an opportunity for reactive dog pet guardians to get together and share and commiserate and cry and get agitated and just, share in a safe space and get feedback from others. And Helen will be a part of this month's group as well, listening in and offering advice and sharing her own stories too. So we are grateful for you taking the time to do that. So again, that's March 13th, 7 p.m. in our Zoom room. And then finally, the end of the month will be followed up with our Ask the Expert series, which is for Golden Dog Club members only. But that's an opportunity to come again into our Zoom room and just get a kind of a rounded perspective of the learning for the month. We'll bring it full circle, and you'll also have a chance to ask Helen any questions that you have either about your senior dogs or about dog training in general, because obviously she is a professional dog trainer and can answer your related questions to that as well. And that will happen on March 25th, also in our Zoom room at 7 p.m. So it's a great month of learning, and it's
Yeah, it's
all
awesome.
about our wonderful senior dogs. I love it.
Yeah, we should include that everybody who attends gets to take home a balding blind senior chihuahua from Old Dogs, like it's a free gift that you get that you get.
We'll be giving door prizes.
That's what I love the most about the senior social for me. Is what people have to understand is a lot of the senior dogs that I get are being surrendered to me or coming from situations. So it's really good for my soul. It's super reinforcing for me to see people loving and giving their senior dogs what I tried to give to all of the ones that come to me, but they haven't been given necessarily by their people. So I really look forward to that.
Yeah, and I remember at the last one, we had dogs ages 8 to 16.
Yeah.
It was a nice range
Yeah, it
from
was great.
small to big dogs. Yeah, it
Yeah.
really was neat to see everybody come on out and let their senior dogs enjoy. And then, they crashed and they were
Yeah.
asleep on the way home and with their little blankies and their little stuffed
Did not
animals.
have a lot of stamina, but that's
No,
okay. That's all part of it.
that's right. And so, to kind of round out all the learning as well, you are even more of an expert now because you are a published author, giving you even more credibility. And I know your new book, Old Dog, New Dog, Supporting Your Aging Best Friend and Welcoming a New One, is coming out in June. Tell us all about this journey.
Well, I mean, it's just like most work that I've done, or any person who's done something for a long time. You get to a point where there are other people that really would like you to put it out to the masses. And I was giving a talk on senior dog wellness and welfare at a conference back in 2023, and likened the end stages of senior dogs lives to very much similar to raising a newborn puppy. Like, the playing field evens out. And Kathy Callahan was there, and she is the author of Welcoming Your Puppy from Planet Dog, and she's phenomenal, and her view on raising puppies is very much the same as my view on supporting seniors.
Mhm.
And we sat down together, and I said, I get so many questions from people. I've got a puppy and I have a senior dog. And she said, I do too. And I said, let's combine forces a little bit and come up with this idea. And it just really was born from that. And Kathy is phenomenal with her puppy expertise and what she does. And we really sort of divided the project. She said, I'll handle the puppy stuff, you handle the old stuff, and we'll go from there. And it was really, it wasn't something that was, I shouldn't say it wasn't difficult, because it was a lot of work, but it was information that I try as often as I can. You'll hear a lot about it tonight, to be telling people as much as possible. But you only can grasp sometimes a smaller audience locally. And so hopefully this will get more information about quality of life, quality of death, helping senior dogs, and having a new dog or a puppy in the home at the same time, and how to reduce stress for everybody. And there really isn't, across the board, any other book that tackles the topic of euthanasia and end of life. And so I've really tried to put that at the forefront of something that I wish everybody had this at home. And it's not a long book. It's not going to take you more than an afternoon to finish, but I wanted that so that you could just pick it up, we'll say, what did I see in that chapter? Oh, there it is. And you're good to go. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that only seemed like a natural next step in your journey. So,
Yes.
congratulations. I'm glad that that's come to fruition. It's on my list. I've already purchased. I'm waiting for it to come out very anxiously.
It's
So,
going into print this month. So it's kind of
okay.
perfect that it's starting to print this month, and then it will be officially like on the shelves. But,
Yeah.
it's a whole process that I, again, was completely unaware of what this whole and thank God Kathy had been through it before. So she was really wonderful at sort of holding my hand and saying, no, this is okay. This is normal. And I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, by June, everybody will have their copies.
Wonderful. Well, we appreciate that. And I know that, like you said, we'll learn more about that as well tonight. But you can go on Amazon.com and you can pre-order that if you are interested. And also, we hope that we will see you tonight at 7 p.m. or at one of the other upcoming educational opportunities this month with Helen St. Pierre. Thanks for taking time to talk to me today, Helen. I appreciate it. And we'll see you again tonight at 7 p.m.
I'll see you soon. Yes.
All right. Take care, everybody. And thanks for joining us.